Welcome back to the Sullivan Tire Postgame Show. Teddy Steinberg now joined by head coach Justin Blood. And coach, it may not have been in the way you really wanted to get it done, but you guys got the win over Nichols, 6-5 in extra innings. Evan McHugh with the walk-off sacrifice fly. You guys had a hot start, got it going early, but then we've seen it a little more consistently this year. The middle innings, obviously you guys got 2 in the 6th, but those middle innings you guys start to dip a little bit. Can you talk me through what really went wrong throughout the game and what went right?
I think we got ourselves out a little bit. We talked in the huddle about some early first pitch weak contact, and they threw a couple of guys who were softer throwers. They didn't have big velo, and sometimes that actually, when you've seen some velocity the last couple of weeks, that's harder. You start to get slowed down, and then it's more about what you're doing to get yourself in a good position to hit or not. So I thought we kind of gave away a couple of at-bats in the second through fourth, fifth inning. And then we hit a couple balls hard on the screws, though, to center field and didn't drop, didn't get hits out of them, which is just the game of baseball. So, we said that Nichols was going to be good and they were going to compete, and they did. They certainly did defensively, and they did it even though they had 4 errors. They made a couple of other really good plays that kept the game where it was. And then their pitchers did a good job keeping us off balance.
And talk me through your freshman pitchers. You had multiple freshman pitchers in relief today, and they all did phenomenal jobs. Trey Kuzmeski, in my opinion, had his best appearance of the season, able to get out of holes in late innings work. Lavasser impressed again. Just talk me through that.
Glidden has done a really good job for us in a couple of different roles. He was really, really good this past weekend at EastCon. It just needs a third pitch to be able to help him finish some more guys off. And you can make the same argument for Evan Lavasser. I think Ev's starting to see that as the year has wore on and the scouting report gets out, you're not going to get as many bad swings on that changeup as you did at the early part of the season because it's in the report. Everybody's expecting it. They're looking. So he's another guy who competes really well, throws strikes, good 2-pitch mix, but he's going to be a real handful when he gets that third pitch. And then Kuz, he's gotten better and better and better as the year's gone on. He's not afraid. I think that he made some really good pitches, but that play he made on the bunt was very impressive as well. That ball easily, especially for a freshman pitcher, could end up down the right field line. He came in and got some swings and misses, and we knew we needed some swings and misses in those spots, especially starting with the runner on second base. So, they did a really good job.
And so we all know how last season went. Slow start, great second half, LEC championship. You guys had a slower start this year as well. You've picked it up now in the second half. You've won 4 in a row. How do you carry that momentum and keep that same energy with this squad to try and compete for another LEC championship?
I don't think at this point we need to worry too much about keeping our momentum in terms of what we're working for, how we're working. We're just trying to make sure that we keep putting the guys in that we're going to need to use in the tournament. We DiGiacomo starts today, and I talked with Evan. I'm like, look, I know he's a senior. He's been a starter for a long time. He does a really good job for us. But Anthony's been really good. And we're probably going to need some big at-bats out of Anthony down the stretch. So just trying to keep guys fresh. Like Coffey yesterday had some good swings, and he was in yesterday. And now DiGiacomo gets in, and Rogers gets in. We have 3 or 4 guys on the bench that we want to have in the lineup. If we could have a 12-man lineup, would be happy. But you can't. So just trying to keep getting pitchers and position players opportunities and keep them fresh. There's no better way to be ready to compete than having recently competed. So I think we for whatever reason, something I got to figure out myself, we have always been a little bit of a slow starting group. But I do think that if you get better as the year goes on, it shows that you're taking the information that the games are giving you and you're applying it to making good adjustments. So, we hope to just keep taking steps towards playing our best baseball as we get closer to the tournament.
And now we look forward to Sunday, another non-conference matchup. This time it's going to be against Babson. Can you just walk me through your expectations for that one?
I can't even think about Sunday yet. We got Dartmouth, and they got a couple of good guys on the mound, so I'll figure out Babson probably Saturday night. I'm not worried about them just yet. We got to get through Dartmouth on Saturday.
Awesome. All right. Well, Thanks for joining us this afternoon, Coach. Congrats on the win. In just a few minutes, you'll see me on the call for Keene State Women's Lacrosse. That one's set to get going at 6:30 for Aiden Leary, Ryan Hearn, and Kyle Bierman. My name is Teddy Steinberg. Head over to our lacrosse broadcast. I'll see you over there.
You have been watching a broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Be sure to follow us on social media at Keene State Owls. And for more scores, stats, and schedules, check out KeeneOwls.com. We will see you in the next broadcast.